send. And who knows what I wrote? It caused a long, awkward silence in the Zoom, this meeting I had. As a practitioner of the resistance of reason, I just let words fly out of my mouth. Irregardless of social norms, I was in a boring Zoom meeting for work and I just interrupted my boss and said, "This meeting feels like I'm being held hostage by theater kids with LinkedIn accounts." It caused long, awkward silence in the room. Rather than apologize, I leaned into it, and I became the Rosa Parks of bad ideas. I added, "By the way, this meeting was already ruined by goddamn Glenda, who should have used mute when she was talking sexy to her cat." I was being serious, but the people laughed. I never knew what's funny about the things that I say. I just know it's funny because it comes from a place of construction paper-thin comprehension. My motto is, if you think before you speak, you might not speak. Now, my coworkers call me the office idiot savant, but without the savant part. The smart but stressed ask, what happens if I press this figurative button, but the strategically ignorant don't calculate risk, us intellectually weightless don't think to ask, could I end civilization by pressing this button? I say, use the gift of consequence blindness and press it anyway. Something cool might happen. When I feel what I call intellistress, I feel myself learning. I put on Gregorian chant music, take off my clothes and masturbate until the stressful thinking stops. I've learned it's impossible to worry about cracking the case when you're focused on cracking that nut. Knowledge cannot survive if you shape the edges sketch harder. So if you feel a bright spark light in your mind, it's important to snuff out that spark. That spark is your imagination activating your intelligence. It means you are thinking, and thinking brings stress, and stress is the enemy of joy, and any enemy of joy is the enemy of the art of effortless wrongness. A year ago, I walked directly into a glass wall at the airport. Hard, too, not a gentle bump. The sound echoed through Terminal B like I had slapped a wet Iberico ham against a church door. Most people would have been embarrassed. I saw it as an opportunity. I stood up and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the alpha male tests the airport infrastructure. Stability before entering. Commit to your courageous incorrectness. Submit to the path of least reflection." I launched myself headfirst into the second glass panel, intentionally. Bigger sound, bigger neck pain, bigger laugh. The transparent barrier fears your confidence. I coaxed the strangers to copy me. Lead with your forehead. In closing, when smart people see a wall, logically decaffeinated people like me see a wall, they should try to run straight through it. Sometimes it's a glass wall. Sometimes it's drywall. Sometimes it's a wall painted by a wily coyote made to look like a light at the end of a dark tunnel. Even if that light painted on that rock wall turns out to be the headlight of a train that crumples you into an accordion, you hit that second wall harder. Thank you. Forever become one with a monocolored Rubik's Cube and bask in the power